Love you, so welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVP. So guys, I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share with you guys where this brother is actually out to give a striking warning to African brothers who are aspiring to get into relationship with Black American women. This actually got me a little bit of what is it even talking about, and I was able to put up some stitches, correcting that impression that this brother has about Black American women. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
Hey yo, here's a message for Africans. If you want to date Black American women, here's the risk. What you need to understand is that 56% of Black American women are obese. So that's one thing that you're going to have to take into consideration when you're choosing a mate. There's also a certain percentage of Black American women that are HOEs, whores. You're going to have to take that in consideration. So add that number, add that percentage to the percentage that I just gave you about the obesity rates. Now you're going to have to add another percentage. They might not be a whore. They might not be a hoe. But they may be raised in a household structure that was terrible, that has altered their mindset beyond repair. Let me just wrap this shit up real quick. If you want to date a Black American woman, you have a 5% chance of finding a good woman. If you plan on moving here to make money, take your ass back to the continent to get a wife, or you bring a wife here. Matter of fact, don't even bring your wife here. Keep her on the continent, come to make your money, and take your ass back home, because you have a low chance of finding a good wife in America.
So I've been seeing this topic pop up more and more lately, and I can admit I have seen African American women express loudly and openly that they don't really desire to be with an American man. They more so desire to be with African men. And based off of what I see, the main reason from what I see that most African American women want an African man is solely based off of the fact that they say things like, African men don't go 50-50. African men, they take care of their women. They don't believe in their woman like working. They shower women with riches and things of that nature. And I'm like, okay, what else is it that you like about African men? Like, is there anything else you like about them? Or do you only like them because you feel like you're going to, be taken care of financially? And I know many women, I know African, and I'm not going to lie, their culture is a little different than ours. In the African culture, they have multiple wives. African men tend to have many women. And when I look into that, I'm like, the African American women who say these things, are they aware of that? But I don't think they care. I think it's solely based off of the fact that they just want an easier life. Who doesn't want an easier life? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's like, does love come into the picture, or is it just you want to just live this life of abundance and financial freedom? And to my African men, be careful, because these African American women are preying on you all, but they're preying on your resources. I never really hear an African American woman say how they love them for this, and that. It's just all about finances and material things. And as far as myself being an African American man, it does make you feel some type of way. The same way, African American women be like, oh, these guys only like light-skinned women, da 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 da. That's kind of how it makes us feel. Like, you don't want us because you feel like we're worthless and we don't have as much money, which that's not really true. It's wild. It's honestly like the hot topic now. And most African American women don't want an American man. They don't. Yeah, so it honestly makes us feel the same way. Those color-struck men that these, African American women talk about, we feel the same way as African American men. And hearing women express how American men are cheap, broke, they don't have the same work ethic as African men. And to me, it's just starting to create such a divide. And you do tend to see African American men. I have to say that because, I don't want TikTok to think that I'm going into some crazy debate. Anyways, yeah, you see more of us tending to go to other races now because it just seems like we're not wanted anymore. We're worthless unless we have money. If you don't have money, finances, you're nothing. And the thing is, even the average income, women don't respect. African American women don't respect. Most of them don't. You have to either be super wealthy, rich. Average income's not going to cut it. They're going to think that you're a weak man. So that's why they tend to go to African men. They feel like they have it all. They have the big house, the nice cars, businesses. And what they fail to realize is, yes, some of them may have those things, but these are hardworking men. They're going to get it by any means necessary. African American women don't seem to care about that. Long as they are showered in gifts and riches, they don't really care how these men get it, long as they're getting a piece of the pie. And that's not love. You're just using somebody. Honestly, I just understand, what's going on out here. It's not love at all. None of it's love. It's survival. You want security. There's nothing wrong with wanting security, but you really have to love a person's spirit. You can't just be wanting a person strictly off of their resources. And I seen another lady today post something about, please send me my African king, because there was an article posted how, Nigerian men, there's no 50-50. And that seems to be an obsession. Women just simply don't want to do anything. They just want to sit at home, I guess, and not do much and just have a man do everything for them. And it's just so odd because you hear stories of these African American women saying how like they've dated African men and it ended in disaster. They were controlling. They had so many different women. Yeah, the riches were there, but it also came with a lot of other things. I'm not saying all African men are like this, but based off of the things I've been paying attention to for years, I'm hearing the same story over and over and over again. There's nothing wrong with African men, but make sure you love that man. Don't just want him because you feel like he has a lot of money. You have to actually love him, understand him, know who he is inside and out. You know what I'm saying? That's how y'all get hurt. Y'all just strictly wanting to be with men because of their financial situation. That's going to get you messed up in the long run. It's more than just money. You have to love a person. You have to understand a person, But let me know, I want to hear your thoughts on all this.
I will do my best to explain this the best that I can. So I am a African American born and raised here in the States. My husband is Congolese, born in Congo. One of the things that I had to learn when we were courting was how different both of our cultures were when it came to asking for the hand in marriage. So originally my husband asked my parents if he could take my hand in marriage, and then in return my husband had to ask my parents about paying the bride price. And the bride price was essentially my husband paying for me to marry me. So in his culture, you will round up money, goods, animals, jewels, clothing, food, anything that the bride's family may ask for in exchange for the bride. So with my family being absolutely new to this culture and this experience, they honestly didn't know what to ask for. So it took a little bit of my husband sitting down with them and explaining the culture and the importance of paying a bride price and what it all entails. In return, my parents ended up asking for just small goods such as fabric so that they can make clothes. They asked for handbags, and then essentially my husband paid for me in cash. Now, they never disclosed exactly how much money was given to my parents, but I know for certain that money was given to my mom and my dad to pay for me. And it's something that was just an all around like new experience for me. And now that I am raising a true African American daughter, if my daughter decides to marry African or African American, I know that is something that we are going to require, is that a bride price be paid. And now that I know what I know, I'm definitely running to the bank, because it's a lot that comes with being able to ask for a child's hand in marriage.
Hey, come here, I want to ask you a question. So, sincere answer only. What's it like dating a Black American queen?
Man, baby. That's funny. It feels different though. It feels different, and depending on who you are dating, that is not from the culture, it can be a learning moment. It can be a learning experience that you have to get beyond what you know and to what you don't know, and just learn what other people are doing. That is different, that is beautiful.
Culture difference.
Yeah, there's a cultural difference. There's how I think things should be viewed, but you do it a different way. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Especially, it's fun though. In fact, when you transfer from getting married, from dating to marriage, that is a total big. That is big.
That's true, because we're in marriage now.
It's different and fun. Just put it that way. It's different and fun. I don't know what anybody said. Depending on the person, it's different and it's fun. Depending on who you are dating and get married to. Just this one is fun though. Come on, I make the right choice.
See, I'm glad his answer was that, because if it wasn't,
one thing I have realized as an American woman since I stopped dating American men and I started dating African men, more so Nigerian men, is we as women were and are settling for the bare minimum with American men. Example, Nigerian men, African men, whatever, they will bow down to your feet. Literally, they will not watch you struggle. They know how to take care of home. They know how to respect their marriage, in a sense. And I love American men, don't get me wrong, I'm American myself, but I feel like our men weren't raised to, a lot of us grew up in broken homes, so it's just normal in America for our men not to know, how to treat their women or how to love properly or just how to be masculine in a sense, like. So this is your sign to stop dating men and settling for men because that is your type. Try something different. I started dating African men a few years ago. I will never look back.
Obium, can you please help me? This TV is not working.
What do you call me?
Obium.
You know the meaning of obium.
My heart? My love?
Good job.
Okioma, I love you so much.
Okioma.
Okioma. Don't worry about it. I'm learning the assignment. Ugom. Have I told you how much I appreciate you?
Hold on. What is it called?
Ugom is my pride. And you, sir, are my pride.
Wow. You're shocking me these days.
Yes.
You're really learning your assignment. Good job. Gone.
You see how African men takes care of their wife? Very cute, very intentional, very calm, very demure. We don't do too much. We don't go too crazy on it. Very demure. Look at that. Very gentle and very lovely.
I've had people ask me, like, what is it like to be a Black American woman dating an African man? And I would like to know my husband's experience with dating a Black American girl. He's from Cameroon, which is in Central Africa. We met here. But what's your experience, babe? What's the vibes? What's the vibes like? Yes. What's your experience?
I think because it's not the first, not my first American woman I did, like you were second one. Like all the perspectives I have about like black American girl, like when I came in this country.
Babe, but why you have to say I'm the second woman that you dated as
babe,
American girl?
Babe, listen, I have to explain something because it's gonna generalize.
Okay.
Like all the perspectives I had, like people around, like my people from Africa was telling me about black women, how they're crazy, how they're doing all the shit of thing. But says like I never have that experience, and I don't know. Black American guys lost a lot. Like that is my best. I never did great experience I have with American girl. I never had that with, because I did girl from my country. I did Indian girl too. But like the way where I feel very comfy, it was when I did black American girl. The first for my wife. And when I met my wife, I decided like this one, I'm not gonna leave this girl go no anywhere. Even if she do me anything, I'm just gonna be there. But she never do me nothing, I think like that's it.
Aw, I like that. Do you feel like it was hard for us, like, cause low key in the beginning, it was a language barrier.
Yeah, we was using like Google Translator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a little difficult. But love don't have language.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Like you can go anywhere in the world, like find someone you were very connect with and just have connection with that person, and that.
How you so romantic on this video? You don't ever. Well, yeah, you do sometimes. You do. All right, I like that. I feel it. I got the vibes. And I'ma say it, I don't care who get mad. One thing about me and my African brothers and sisters, we disagree on small stuff when it comes to these artists, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But on the big stuff, we agree. And one thing about an African, they gonna exercise every right that they have, whether they were born here or not. They gonna exercise every right that they have. And that is why me and them get along so well. I made a video talking about I don't like how Africans are treated when they come to this country, because a lot of the time, the discrimination that they face comes from people that looks like them. It was two stories that really stuck with me and broke my heart. One girl told me when she came here as a teenager, she was bullied by other black girls because she would not relax her hair and she would not lay her edges. It's small stuff like that can impact somebody later on in life and just impact how they look at Black America as a whole. Luckily, she had a heart of gold. She didn't take it to heart too much. Then there was a young man who said he came here. He worked at a shoe store. That was the only job he could get in his area. He went, it was like a small town or something, and they had a major shoe store or something like that. And he was looking, trying to get in with his black coworkers, and they would make fun of his food, make fun of his lunch, make fun of his hair, just make fun of his features and stuff, because he looked, to me, he didn't look any different from a Black American, but because they knew he was African, they really put him through it. And then got him fired because they just didn't like him. The manager or the supervisor, whatever, like he would put his uniform on, but he always wore like an African pin or something like that because he walked with so much pride, and that dude got him fired, talking about that's embarrassing. You need to stop doing that. Stories like that really stick with me. It really does. And that is why I say one thing about it, and it's not all of Black America, but I appreciate my African brothers and sisters for supporting me. I support them. But I can say they did not disappoint me today. If they had African parents who were immigrants, they showed up and showed out today. So the next time you look at an African, you want to make a joke, you want to laugh at them, you want to do this and that, you just remember, the business that you just taken for granted and not really doing nothing with, Africans gonna stand on. Think about that before you make fun of them again, because I know y'all gonna go back to work tomorrow making fun of them. You do it every day. So if you gonna make fun of them, you need to check yourself and realize what you do, they would never.
Seriously, love this. When I come across videos like this, I just ignore. But I think I won't ignore anymore. These are the kind of videos when brothers make, give these other folks the nerves come talk SHI or SHEE or I about black women. Like, these sort of videos are just so disappointing to the core. I didn't expect a brother to actually come up on the social network or platform with his full chest to have so many of this negativity to talk about his own sister. Like, forgetting that individual differences, forgetting that the same way our faces are different, that is the same way our characters and the way at which we are all brought up are different. Why are you categorizing the entire women, like black women? If you have had your bad experience or whatsoever, that does not give you the right to categorize every other black woman or black American woman to be same. Like, in this life, every other person has his or her own experience. Nobody is actually disputing the fact that you can't say the good from the bad ones. But that does not give you the category, the nerves to categorize black women, black American women, and all of that. Like, bro, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? We are all aspiring for coming together, becoming one piece, like becoming a brother keeper. If black or African men want to have relationship with black American women, don't you think that that is a very good thing for each and every other, black people to know each other's culture and tradition? Why are you discouraging these brothers to want to have relationship with whosoever they want, like especially their fellow black women and men? Why are you doing that? This is the reason why most of these snow bunnies have the right to come out on the social platform, then have all sort of negativity to talk about people that looks like me. Like, brother, I am so disappointed that this is coming out from your mouth. The same way you are complaining about black American women days, the same way you also have faults. Like, you have fault. Like, seriously, there is this trend all over the social platform, whereas black American women are, I think African men are going after black American women. Like, they want to date them, they want to marry them, they want to pay their bride price. I think this is just getting into black American men. Like, I am not calling out anyone, but this particular dude right now is just trying to discourage, maybe he had his own experience. That does not mean that every other person is like that. Like, why not allow people to integrate? Like, black American man can, want to have or marry an African woman, or an African woman will want to get married or marry a black American man. So why are you discouraging people that want to, integrate with their fellow black people? Why is it that you don't like joy? Why don't you like joy? You know, why can't you just allow people to learn from each other's culture, respect each other's culture? I know exactly the reason why I have to put up these stages, just to correct some negative narration about black men, and all of that. Like, we are going to flourish together. Like, enough of all this trying to, like, oh, black men, this black women. We are not supposed to fight each other at all. We are siblings. We are brothers and sisters. We are supposed to watch each other's back. Like, these colonizers, they often look for a way to keep us all divided. And I don't know why some people keep on falling to that trap. Why? Like, you fall into that trap to, you know, we getting divided is going to make these people have a lot to hold on us. We are supposed to be, we are supposed to be our own brother's keeper. We are supposed to watch out for each other. We are not supposed to come out on such a platform to like, black women, this black men. Oh my goodness, that is just so discouraging. That like it's not nice. When you see that your brother or your sister, let's just take for instance an African or African American, want to get to know each other, build, promote black love. Why are you not happy about that? Why do you want to spoil it? Why are you not happy about that? Like seriously, this is just so disappointing. I'm not saying that there are no good or bad people, but why not allow good to thrive? You know, I try to like, okay, let me see if what he's saying is true. Let me actually see if there are different, that was why I have to put up some of these partners, black American with African, and they are good. They are good. Okay, that one thing about Africa, you have to pay a bride price, and they don't believe in 50-50 or no, what it's called. I think they believe in taking care of their women. Like they like to like have the sole responsibility of being a man of the house. And if black American women want to go for these people, why are you discouraging them? Everybody must not want the same thing. There are women who probably like 50-50. There are women who want to be feminine. There are women who want to be masculine. So everybody has a right to choose what they want. Why are you discouraging them and coming from a brother? Like from a sister to a brother, like we really need to watch each other's back. We need to be our each other's keeper. We need to love ourselves. We need to be there for ourselves. They say that divided we are just, but united we're stronger. Black Americans, African American, African, like we all are black. We all are facing the same humiliation, the same discrimination. So why can't we just find love with between each other? Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that you you can actually find love anywhere. Love your brother, love your sister. Let's black love strive. And I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.